I heard a quote from Christine Gibson, actually, and she said, "The best gift you can give your children is your own mental health." So I want to talk a little bit about perfectionism, because perfectionism drives a lot of us. High achieving, want to get things right, don't want to do it wrong, don't want to look bad. So honestly, perfectionism is like a vice. It drives anxiety into record high levels. Trying to be perfect, of course, is not possible, nor is it even really desirable, because if you don't fail regularly, you don't have opportunities to learn how to do things differently, how to understand things differently, how to just be a better person. The example I want to choose is checking grades. Yes, that time of day when you open your kids' grades on your phone and you scroll through and you see what assignments they're missing, what grades they have. Oh my goodness, wait till I get home. I got to talk to my son about this or my daughter about that. And just take a look at what that is doing to your mental health. Just that time every day that you spend scrolling on your kids' grades, making a list of things that you know they need to get done so that they can have perfect grades and get into a perfect school. And sometimes we're just trying to be perfect. We don't even know why. It's just kind of a bad habit. So anyway, so what happens when you check your kids' grades over and over again is you're anxious, you're suffering from the what ifs. What if I don't follow my kids' grades and they don't do well? What if they have missing assignments and I don't know about it? What if I look bad because I'm not watching what my kids are doing? So when we are fearing our child's failure, it feels like our own failure as parents, because how could we let this happen? So what's the result of this? I know I've been there more than I care to admit. The result of this trolling and on the grades thing is that your child gets upset with you, your relationship gets frayed, they pull away, they get anxious, they rebel, you're frazzled, uncentered, feeling overwhelmed and extremely frustrated because you know what you want to do, and by golly, you want to be in control and in charge of what your kid is doing in school. Let's take a look at what that's doing to our child's mental health. They feel annoyed, way beyond we do. They don't feel like we trust them. That's a bad feeling. Kids want you to trust them. They want you to believe in them and know that they're doing their best. They get discouraged because who wants to have somebody harping at them all the time? They start to feel bad about themselves and they begin to feel distant from you and detached from you, which is not something you want to happen. Your biggest ally in raising your child is your relationship and the strength and the quality of that relationship. You want them to be able to come to you. So I have 3 what ifs for you. First what if you just let them be in charge of their grades and you don't check at all? That's a big one. Number 2, what if I just keep doing what I'm doing? Well, that feels like I'm doing that, it's not working, none of us are happy, and both of our mental health is suffering. What if number 3? Why not try to turn your grade checking into a connection time with your child instead? So on a time that you all decide is a good one, you together check in weekly, every other week, whatever you'd like to do. And during that time, during that check-in, put all your distractions aside and just listen. Now, this is not advice-giving time. This is what you need to do time. This is listening time and being curious time and trying to understand time. So, how are you? How has your week been for you? And then listen and empathize. If it was great, empathize with that. If it was not so great, empathize with that. What was the best part of the week? Again, listen. When did you find something difficult during the week? And what did you do? How did you handle it? Look for opportunities to affirm your child's initiative and their resilience and their problem-solving skills. Compare your calendars. Is there anything coming up next week where you need transportation, you need me to be available to help with something? Let's make sure our calendars are all synced up together. Remember, do not offer their advice unless they ask you, or if you're just busting to say something, you can ask, I have a great idea. Would you like to hear it? And then you have to say, when they say no, you have to be, okay. But if you change your mind, I'm ready to tell you. You can't force it on them. Be respectful in all your interactions with your child. So at this time, have some music on that you both like. I like cookies and milk. You can have a healthy snack if you like that too. Have them on their computer or their phone pull up their grades and let them show you what's going on. Let them tell you what they're proud of. Let them tell you where the teacher hasn't entered the grades yet. I'm embarrassed to say how many times I would freak out and demand to know where assignments were that the teacher hadn't entered and my children had turned in. Let them tell you where they think they need to focus for the week, and if they need something from you. Do they need any special kind of support? Do they need materials, transportation? Do they need to communicate with a teacher? How are they going to do that? In person after class, texting, emailing, however they usually do. And I would end this time of connection and communication and hopefully enjoying each other and the cookies, to say something like, I really enjoy spending time with you, even when we're both working. Thank you for being part of the Raising Our Children initiative. God bless.